being on the Grammys voting committee, as well as doing a whole lot of stuff with records. And I think your website's Cut the Bull or something, don't we? Cut the Bull Entertainment. So give Al a little bit of a round of applause. Welcome,
So I guess I'll just stand here. Yeah, let me just, first of all, thanks for the invitation, Phil. He's done a great job. He came from New Zealand, right, 2 years ago. Reminds me a little bit of myself. I came over here from Liechtenstein, which is the smallest country in the world. There's only 30,000 people. I happen to be the first biracial from my country. I've been in LA now, I think, about 4 years or so, back and forth. And I'm having a great time. And I found out that nobody is waiting for you here in Los Angeles or Hollywood. It's really a do-it-yourself world. And a lot of people ask me, well, did you have a lot of contacts already in Hollywood before you decided to come over here? And actually, yes, I did. But that's not what I was relying on. I just came over here and just, started from scratch. And I think that's a good thing. First of all, let me just find out who I'm talking to. Is it more music people? Is it all entertainment people? If you could just raise your hands. Are you guys into entertainment at all?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. How many of you are like new in Hollywood, meaning you guys came in like within the last 1.5 years? Okay. All right. Well, the first thing is, and I had a great conversation with Phil about that, is when you come out here, there's so many things to do and so many distractions. So the first thing is you really need to have a plan. You really do need to have a plan. You need to know what is your ultimate goal, and you should really write it down somewhere, to keep reminding yourself, because you're going to bump into all sorts of people here in Hollywood. You're going to bump into the ones that don't have to work. They just don't. They're just out there having fun, and they're with all the great people, and most likely you're not one of them. You came here to work, but you happen to be associated with these people that don't have to work, and that might be negative energy for you. So that's one of the things, and it's very, very attractive in the beginning. You're like, wow, I'm just so lucky. I came out here and I met the right people, and for some reason, you'll find out a few months later down the road, you run out of money, you're not in a situation where you want to be, and you have to find a job. And that's, I think, the catch-22. You come out here, you have to find a job, and then you probably end up finding a job, but then you're not really pursuing your career anymore because there's no more time left for your career. So it is a do-it-yourself world nowadays, and I think the internet helps a lot. For artists, music artists, it's really a situation right now where you're in a hurry-up-and-wait situation. You're an artist, you hurry up to your next gig, and then you wait for like 3 hours until you get on stage. You hurry up, you want to finish this record, and then you wait until you actually find a label or a distribution to get the stuff out there. You hurry up, you decide to do it yourself, you put it on iTunes, and the next thing you know, you wait until you actually find fans. What I think right now is totally underestimated. Be it for you as a personality, if you just want to be famous and get engagements in clubs and make a lot of money, or be an artist, is the viral work. I think you should think of stepping outside the box and just being different. Do not try to imitate the ones that already made it. I wouldn't even try to make music videos that look as hot as Lady Gaga and Usher, because there's no way to compete. And let's just say you actually happen to have a music video that's as great. I know a lot of people, they actually are independent, they're nearly broke, but for some reason have great videos. Like it really matches the quality of Lady Gaga. But guess what? Their quality is way beyond their marketing, and that's what I tell them. Okay, you have a great product, but I'll tell you it's fantastic, but what are you going to do with it? And I think that is another big mistake that a lot of people do. They try to be just as perfect as possible, but you really have to be as outside the box as possible. So put something out on YouTube, seriously. But think about it, like try to emotionally connect with people. Do something stupid maybe, or just something, I don't know what it is, but just try to be different, put it out there, and it's free, as you all know. And let people emotionally connect with your work or with your product. That's going to get you a fan base. And nowadays, it's all about having a fan base. It really is. It's if you go to record companies, like you can be 95 years old and you can just be on stage and just farting for an hour. As long as you have a crowd and you get that house packed, with a fan base, they're going to sign you. It really doesn't matter. It's really not just about your talent. It just is not, unfortunately. So I'm involved in a lot of reality shows there. I have a lot of acts signed to my label, Cut the Bull Entertainment, and Cut the Bull did not count. Yeah, they came for a reason. You really want to cut the bull. Like, if you want to approach me with something, with a project or whatever, we really got to talk straight, talk, and just get to the point and cut the bull. So we're going to reality shows. I have the Mighty Cyrus in Europe. Her name is Jolina Driggs, signed to my label. She has her own show, which shows the struggles between a teenager. She's only 15 years old. Teenager trying to handle her music career and school, and also trying to handle the situation with her father. Her father is kind of like the David Hasselhoff of Germany. He's very famous, but totally not into pop music, so there's a clash between them. So that's something we do. I'm very involved in the U.S. as well. I've done a few reality shows, appearances, even of the Kardashians and stuff like that. I spend kind of 50% of the time in Europe, the other 50% in the U.S. here. I have an office on the Walser Boulevard, and I happen to represent my country. I think kind of like you represent your country as a goodwill ambassador, which opens a lot of new doors as well. I get invited to a lot of functions, political functions, like when the French embassy has a function, I'm there and talk about my country, how special it is, because we got some really funny numbers when it comes to being compared with big major cities. And what I'm very focused right now doing is distribution. Do a lot of distribution, and like I said, I will sign any act that can show me that they have a following, that they have a fan base, a legitimate fan base that interacts with them, and it's very easy to check. You go on Facebook, and whenever they write a status update, we can see, how many people react to that status update, for example. So that's very important. And then, yes, we will give them a major distribution deal, which goes through Warner, because I happen to have a deal with them. And so that's basically what I've done.
Questions?
Yeah.
Are you looking for new acts right now? Or?
Music or?
Yes.
I am. Like I said, most important for us is to see that you have a fan base, that you don't have to have millions of people or even 100,000, but you have to be out there. Like, you literally have to have some gigs sometimes, at least, like, I don't know, every 2 weeks or so. So you have something to talk about, not just rely on us to promote your music. So it's really also about finding your niche and connecting with your fan base. I think that's very important. Again, you need to have a fan base, and you need to find your niche and just really be motivated, and then anything is possible. It's really a do-it-yourself world nowadays.
I have a question. How do you feel like it differs, the industry, from Germany to LA?
The music or entertainment or in general? Or?
Whatever pops in your head. I'm just curious.
Okay, that's a good question. I think that, especially with Germany right now, I see the CD market, the physical market, is still kind of active, but I think Germany is one of the last countries in the world that actually has a legitimate physical distribution market that's still very active. So, especially when it comes to albums. So in Germany, you will still sell a lot of physical records. Like way more than downloads. Like the singles, just like a month ago, I think it was the very first song that was actually topped the charts in Germany just based on downloads. So that trend is coming here as well. The other thing is, Germany is the second largest market in the world. With Japan and London, it kind of fluctuates, but it's a huge market. So a lot of people in Germany that are successful in Germany, they don't have to carry internationally because they're just making enough money over there. But I think the ultimate dream for everyone is to be successful here in the U.S.
For some of the groups that you sign, how much creative direction is involved with your company? How hands-on do you become after you sign on?
That's a good question. I just had that conversation yesterday with one of the acts, and I told them straight out, look, I don't really care what kind of music you're doing, honestly. I'm not here, like the reason I'm even talking to you is because you did something right. Because I felt like you created a legitimate fan base, and I think that you connected with your fans. And I'm not here to step in and tell you have to change this and this. I'm just here to distribute your music. Like I said before, you can be on stage farting for a whole hour. If people applaud you and pay to get that fart on as a download, then hey, whatever works, works. I don't care. But